Right, welcome back everyone to my channel. Just a quick video today, not related to houseplants either, it's carnivorous plants. So I've been meaning to for a while divide, and it doesn't look like much, but I have in here my Drosera filiformis, and originally I had one plant which I bought, I think, was it last winter or the winter before? I'm not sure, but either way I bought one and it divided into two in the growing season. I then now have a lot, so they've kind of divided again, but instead of dividing by two, they've divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 in that pot, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that pot. You're really not going to be able to see these very well from this angle, but I'm going to change the angle and show you closer. And I'll show you some pictures of when they were at their best time, like in the summer and the spring, but they are dormant for now. So they have gone into dormancy and produced these little overwintering buds. So I'm just going to be dividing those up, and the soil I'm going to be using is just peat and perlite, which I have mixed up here, spilling it everywhere. But I'd say it's 50-50, but I'm not sure because I just chucked some peat in and chucked some perlite in. And then the pots I'm going to be using are these like 2-inch pots, so the same size they're in now, but I'm just going to be popping them in their own little pots and then growing them on that way. And that is what I'm doing in this video. I will do a quick snippet of some of my houseplants at the end of this video, just to keep you guys that are here for the houseplants interested. And yes, let's turn the camera around. I'm going to do it up on my bench, I think, just so that it's easier and I can get a closer angle. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Right, so here's a better look. You can see each section. My hands are filthy, but please ignore. And yeah, so basically, like, this one here will create its own plant, that one. There is a capensis in here, which is what this guy is. I will try to salvage that, but he's not my main interest, the other ones are. So I'm just going to be kind of gently teasing these apart. I have divided them before, like I said, but I'm no expert, so it's just a matter of just gently teasing it apart. I'm just going to keep this tray here so that it catches all of the excess soil, but I'm going to try and keep as much soil on there as I can because I just don't want to damage the root system too much. And I may not divide it entirely, like I may just take off some of the larger ones that are easier to come off, just because I don't want to break anything. So just gently tease and see what happens. There we go. Right, there's a lot of roots on there, so there's actually two there, and I'll see if I can try to divide those further. Yep, they're coming apart just fine. There we go. Right, so there's one there and it has all that root system. That will do absolutely fine. There's going to be no issue there. And then this guy here is one with all that. I'm not going to damage that any further. So I'm just going to pop those to one side and grab the pots quickly so that I can pot those up straight away. Right, so I wouldn't ordinarily fill pots all the way up to the top, because you do want that space there to water them, but because I bottom water these, I'd like it right to the top as well, because the soil is going to slowly fall as the time goes on, so it will compact a bit further down. So I filled them right up to the top. Just going to make a hole and get the roots in nice and deep, just so that they can have the best contact with a majority of what water is available in the soil. So it's as simple as that, and I'm just going to see how many I can get out of this, because I think originally I feel like I paid about £7 for one, so about that size, about £7. So they've grown really quick, and like I say, I've had these for I think it's 2 years, but it may just be like 1.5, and I've already got like so many. So if you are thinking about getting them, they spread very nicely, and you can gift some to your friends, which is what I'm planning to do with 1 or 2 of these. I'm going to give those to Carnivorous Plant Girl, which you guys would have heard me talk about before, so I'll link her in the down low, and I'll just continue doing this, and I'll show you at the end how many I have. Now this second pot here is quite interesting because it's got some, I believe it's pronounced Articularia, growing through it, which is another type of carnivorous plant, but it's actually like a root carnivorous plant, so it'll have carnivorous roots where they have these little tiny things that like suck in insects, something along the lines of that. So that's what you can see all growing up along here, which is quite interesting. This is just like the general weed variety, but you can get some really nice varieties of that. So I just thought I'd show you quickly. Right, so I was able to divide that into 7 pretty decent sized plants. I did leave a few that were really small together, because I don't want to just pull them apart just for the sake of pulling them apart. I want them to actually be nice and healthy and like an okay size that I know that they'll survive. So we do have some larger ones on their own, which is just a single one. That'll be really nice in the spring when they start shooting, and then we do have a couple of smaller ones here, but by next year, or by the end of summer, they will be a lovely size. So yeah, that was really quick and easy, and if you do have one of these and you are afraid of dividing them, just the rule of thumb I'd go by, this is my second time dividing them now, so the rule of thumb I'd go by is only divide them if they are quite a nice size like this. Don't try and tease them apart when they are really small, because there's a high chance of them like snapping from the small root system they do have, because they will be kind of joint to the parent plant still, so you will have to kind of tease them. I did also pot up the little Capensis on his own. He's looking a little bit sad, but it's because it's currently winter here, and Capensis are not winter hardy, whereas these go into dormancy. The Capensis don't, but they can, however, come back up from their roots. So if the top does completely die down, the thick roots that they do have, it could possibly reshoot from those roots, but I am not going to count on it, and I'm not worried about this one in particular. So just thought I'd show you that quickly. I'll show you a couple of my Dionii or fly traps. This is the Dionii B52, which is quite a sought after variety because it does have really big traps. My nails are so dirty, I'm so sorry. It's just like soil, it's nothing more. These have really big traps, which is why people like them. And in the winter, they grow these really thick leaves that are really close to the soil, and that is like the, I don't want to say dormant traps, but they are like the overwintering leaves and traps. But I'm still quite surprised that it's got such a nice big trap out, like open like that. These have had a few aphids on recently, which I've been coming out here every other day and just pinching them off, making sure I get rid of whatever's on there. If you saw my recent Instagram post, that was this trap. And if you, sorry, I'm going to stop putting my finger in frame because it's disgusting. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that, and there was a little aphid on that guy. I'll link my Instagram on screen now in case you are wondering what it is. And then I have my Dionii Dracula, which is very small at the moment, and he's kind of, oh my nails, he's kind of going through like his dormant period, so his traps are very small and his leaves are very wide and close to the ground, and during the summer and spring they will be a lot more upright and a lot longer traps and leaf petioles. So that's that going on. There's not really much more going on in here. I'll show you quickly my my little cephalotus here. Well, it's quite a big cephalotus now, and this has done so well this year. It's absolutely beautiful. It has absolutely quadrupled in size, and it's still growing new little traps. You see here, this one is a new one. Sorry, I'm really out of frame. And then round this side we have another new one coming up just under this leaf. So they're not supposed to be growing in the winter, but I'm not an expert on these, and this is the second year I've had this little guy. And then you can see here I've got my flytrap seedlings just scattered around, so there. And then I've taken out the Pinguicula that was here. I've left these little guys just to see how they do, but I've taken out the biggest one to bring inside to protect it because they're not winter hardy. And as well with the pygmy sundews there, they are saying their last goodbyes, it looks like. But I did collect Gemier from those, and I will be growing more to replace them. So yeah, there's that. Oops. And as far as that goes, there's not much more going on in my greenhouse at the moment. I will quickly nip up to my room and show you some of my houseplants just as like a little ending. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Right, so if you made it to this part of the video, thank you very much. And I just wanted to quickly show off some of my plants that I haven't shown you in a while, or some that are doing really well. Just thought I'd include some plants at the end. So I have my philodendron micans, which I haven't shown in quite a long time, and it is looking absolutely amazing. If you can see that, it's trailing quite long. I've taken quite a few cuttings off of this recently, but it's doing really well, and I've got this in quite a low light area. It is all very one-sided, I have to say, but I don't mind that at all, and I think it's just really pretty. So I definitely recommend getting one of these if you don't have one already. And they do grow quite quickly, so just thought I'd show you that. Also, I haven't shown in a long time, I don't think I've shown this all year, as far as I am aware. I maybe have, but my little yucca is absolutely growing amazingly. This isn't the pot that it came in, so I didn't buy this. I propagated this from a tiny little sucker, and it's growing really nicely. I have had a problem with this one, a scale bug on this, but I keep kind of picking them off every time I see them. I'll give it like a quick once over every now and again and remove anything that I see on there. I don't want to use pesticides. I'm sure some people would recommend some very good ones for scale, but I'm doing fine, so that's really good. I can't wait for this to grow to a decent size, because I really want this in a nice pot in the garden, similar to how I display my aloes in the garden. So that's doing really well. I thought I'd show you, and I want opinions on this little chlorophytum in this pot, and if you think that looks good. I know this is not a long-term pot before anyone tells me, but I just wanted to see whether you guys like it in that pot, because I think that's really sweet. It doesn't have holes in, so I'll obviously have to keep an eye on my watering, but I just wanted to show you really. But you can comment down below if you like it or not. And then lastly, I did record another video the other day, but I haven't uploaded it yet, and I just wasn't really happy with how it turned out. But I included this in that video, that's why I'm mentioning it. But I did purchase a Monstera Adansonii, which is not in the best of shape, but luckily for me I got it on discount. I just saw a fungus gnat. I got it, it was originally £15, but I got it for £7.50, and it came with this ceramic pot, which I don't really like black pots that much, but £7.50, not too bad. I can always gift the pot to someone, or I'm sure, I mean, I've got loads of plants, I could definitely find something for it. I have taken a few cuttings off, well, I've taken 3 cuttings off this so far, and then I'm just going to wait for it to grow a lot more, and then I will propagate it more, because I do want to propagate like a nicer looking plant rather than this one. But it's got some new shoots coming up. Well, it's got one new shoot coming up here, so I'm confident that it's going to look fine like in a while, but for now it's a little bit of a sad plant. But anyway, yeah, that's all. So I just wanted to show you guys some plants if you stuck around for the end. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my filiformis. I know there's not too much to see, but I'm hoping the pictures that I put on there would have kind of given you an idea of how they're going to look in the summer. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Please do comment below if there's anything you want to see that I haven't updated you in a long time. And yeah, I might do another video after this, just doing an update, a general update of other stuff that I have and haven't shown you in a while. But please do leave comments down below letting me know what you want to see, or if you have any tags that you want me to tag myself in. I'm thinking about doing a Q&A, but I'm worried that people aren't going to ask too many questions. So if you do think a Q&A would be a good idea for me to do, then please leave like something down in the comments telling me yes, do that, and then I kind of put a post out asking for questions, and then you can let me know the questions if that's what you want to see. But yeah, I'm open to ideas, just let me know and I'll appreciate that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.